right now during the transition, though, we need to drill for oil.
What you define as this period called as transitioning, how long would you define this duration?
Well, it depends on how efficient. It depends on how efficient we're able to do as far as lowering
according
the
to your
cost.
statistical research and validations, what have you defined as?
Right now, we have a hydrogen car out here. And this car runs on hydrogen.
So I appreciate you coming over.
Thank you. See, it runs on hydrogen. That's great. The problem is to get that hydrogen in production. You know, comparing that to the price of
the extraction of refined
per gallon, it's way high.
Right.
Well, if we can shrink that down, and that's what we're working on really hard, then we will go to the hydrogen, the hydrogen system. Our problem is doing the research, like I said, to get that where it's economically feasible to do.
So are you sponsoring or backing any reforms as to actually get scientists to
Well, I voted for billions of dollars on
scientific research into like hydrogen and alternative fuels?
Ethanol.
Have you heard of underwater turbines? They're kind of like air turbines underwater, and they actually increase the efficiency because of the fluid density that it has to pass through. Because if you're looking at converting the entire United States into this renewable energy, which ultimately has to be done because we can't depend on oil. We can't. It's hazardous to our health, our children, our future. And we need to switch the entire country over this. The only way I see this being done is if we incorporate all the technologies we have built, not just a limited aspect of what we have built.
But we need to be investing hundreds of billions in alternative energies, and we can't do that while we're going to spend $4 trillion on your war and spend over $1 trillion on your tax cuts to the wealthy. We cannot afford to invest hundreds of billions in alternative energy. We need to cover our deserts and solar power plants, and I do not believe you have the political will to do that. And your record shows that you do not. You're more interested in drilling for more oil to help the oil special interests and opening up more protected. No, I think you're wrong, man. And you're telling these people all these excuses, and I think you're bought by special interests. I think that almost all of our congressmen are bought. We're in the war in the Middle East for oil. We can't fight wars to meet our energy needs. We need to get off oil as soon as possible.
He gonna get a chance to talk?
No, he's not, because he gets to talk all the time. He gets to be on the media. The media's not going to cover me.
If you guys got any questions,
the media's not going to cover me.
You get to hear him.
Get your question in.
No.
I'll be glad to respond. But the reality is this, guys. Listen, now this is the reality. Okay, right now, right today, and for the next several years, we're in a fossil fuel world. Okay, I think we need more nuclear power.
In particular, what kind of nuclear power are you talking about here?
Kind of France is 80% nuclear.
It is.
Yep.
Thanks for interviewing me. I appreciate it.
The amount of
you can't tell me there are no downsides to nuclear power, though.
Oh, there's no downsides to any of this.
The other aspect of nuclear power that I don't think we're actually discussing here. Well, hold on. Let me touch
created that situation. We've driven up the price of that.
What situation have we created with ethanol? What is the situation?
Driven up the price
that you're alluding to, driven up the short-term temporary increase in the price of ethanol due to the fact that we did what?
We've driven up the price of food. The hungriest people in the world, 50% of the world lives on less than $2 a day.
And I should be asking you why.
What do you mean, why?
I mean, aren't you the impetus in society to stop this from happening?
No.
As a representative of
the answer is not me, it's not government.
Well, I don't know if the answer is solely you or solely the government. I think it's the collective of people coming together and standing up against, some of the wrongs that we see in society that impact us in the future, such as global warming, such as, this increased poverty throughout the world, the industrialization of the third world being, something that the United States also needs to look at, because we're not the only ones that are dependent on, coal and natural resources. These countries like China, India, are slowly moving towards industrialization, possibly the same rate the United States had, if not even more, their increased capacity, because, we have new technologies.
We've passed peak oil, though. In the 70s, the United States passed peak oil. And we potentially reached or passed peak oil.